A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be bringing one more interesting topic to you, which is quite relevant in today's time, or the discussion is very relevant in today's world and today's time. Yesterday, I had shared a video from an Instagram page called Celeb Face. It's a really cool page. You can also check it out. And no, it's not a paid promotion. I just found it on the internet and I just felt like talking about some of the blogs or some of the articles they've shared. So yesterday I spoke about how celebrities, especially women, have been getting their pictures photoshopped and creating unrealistic standards of beauty. When I made that video yesterday, I was sitting in a dim lit room and I was working on a regular laptop camera, which is usually not that great, and still I went ahead and shared that video because that is the point that I was trying to make, that looks don't matter. The camera angle was really bad, there was no good lighting, but the message was to love yourself just the way you are, and you're not going to be looking absolutely perfect all the time. So today I'm not going to be talking about women, but I'm going to be talking about men from Hollywood, from the fame world, which is always more focused on looks, body and all the materialistic things, and very less focused on awareness and soul consciousness or growing as a person. Although things are changing and we hope that they get better and better with time. But today I'm going to be bringing this particular article from the same page, Celeb Face on Instagram, and here they are not just talking about women, but they are also talking about men who have gone under the knife or who have taken certain surgeries, and what is the bad or the negative impact of those surgeries or those beauty related procedures on their skin and their overall personality. So the first picture is of Zac Efron, and he has really beautiful skin tone. He also had a very nice jawline, perfect, almost perfect face structure, because I think there's no such thing as perfect. It's just how we see things. Beauty lies in the eyes of beholder, and I used to find him to be very attractive. But after his procedure, some kind of plastic surgery, his face looks kind of puffy. Now this is one thing that is evident in everyone's face. Whosoever gets Botox or whosoever gets these type of procedures, their face becomes puffy and there is an unnatural look. Like you can figure out just by looking at them, just by looking at their face, you can figure out that they've done something. So what's the point of doing something which is so easily recognizable? Of course, there has to be balance. We are not against makeup. I am not against wearing good clothes. I'm not against looking good. I'm not against looking presentable. It is your birthright to dress well. And coming from India, we know about Sola Singar. It is one of the things that all women can do, and even men in India. If you look at all the metaphysical indigenous content, you will see that all the men also used to dress up very well. All the gods and goddesses have always dressed up very well. So dressing well and looking good and putting on some makeup is not a bad thing. But extreme of anything is bad, and how you do one thing, how you do anything is how you do everything. So here there's a photo of Zac Efron. Although he denies plastic surgery, he explained that the reason behind the swelling on his face was an injury suffered while at home. Maybe the same thing happened to Liam Payne also. They are remarkably similar now. So I'm just gonna show you Zac's face here. Definitely he has gone through some procedure, because his lip area looks like duck face now, and this is a common problem. This swelling on the lip and this duck face is a common problem that people go through who take lip injections or do some procedures on the lip. And look at his previous face. There's nothing wrong with his face. Nothing wrong with his face at all. He's got beautiful blue eyes. This is like him in his early days. His eyes look so nice. His nose, I mean, still, if he didn't like himself, then guys, what should I say about common people? We should then love ourselves even more. Then the next picture is of Mickey Rourke, and again it's very evident, the puffiness, the swelling, the lip area. I mean, it's okay to age. A lot of people age and they age very well, and you can be of any age, but if you're beautiful, if you're handsome, you will continue to look beautiful and handsome. Age will never have any impact. And look at Sylvester Stallone. He is one clear example of how these procedures, these beauty procedures or Botox can go wrong on someone. Like, look at his face when he was young, and some of you might say that this could be the impact of old age also, but I don't think so, because these type of problems are also seen in the faces of young people who have gone through similar procedures. The swelling is very common, the unnatural stretching of the skin is very common, and despite all this, you can see that one cannot hide the wrinkles or one cannot hide old age. I mean, it is something that God has designed in such a way that you cannot hide it, unless there are some people who live so healthy and they are programmed in such a way, or they have such childlike energy. So I think spirituality is the only way that can keep people in their youthful energies, or the looks can be maintained, or the glow can be maintained. But the chemical procedures are definitely not the right way, because I personally know people who do yoga or who do meditation and they look so young. I mean, you can easily assume them to be 20 years younger to what their original age is. So adhyatmikta, spirituality is the way, is the path which can maintain the looks and the peace, the contentment, the beauty, but I don't think the procedures can. I mean, it's okay. Again, there should be a balance. If you need some kind of medicines, or if it is an emergency, if there is no other way out, or if your family has pressurized you enough and they seem to be really worried, and you feel that, okay, if I take one pill or take one medicine, everyone can relax, it's okay. But sometimes you have to say no. Like, I have said no many times, on many occasions personally also, where I said no, I'm not going to take this pill or take this medicine. But there is an alternate therapy also, there's an alternate medicine also for it, which is more Ayurvedic, or which is more chemical free, you can say, or the composition, you can check the composition out. Let's check out some comments. The comments are quite interesting. Some of these poor patients clearly need some sort of professional mental health counseling. I think after going through multiple cosmetic procedures, it should be a legal requirement for the cosmetic surgeons to refer them to a mental health specialist to clear them to get another procedure. See, this may be sounding like a mean, negative comment, but trust me, everything is in our minds. What I'm trying to say over here is that these men and women are so beautiful, they're so attractive, yet they are not satisfied and content with who they are. These are the people who so many youngsters and people who are inspired by them follow, and then they also repeat the same things, they live the same lifestyles, and unknowingly or knowingly, they are spreading so much stress and unhappiness and discontentment. They are just passing it down to other people, whosoever follows them. So I would also say, even for mental health problems, a lot of people think that pills can help them out, but pills don't. Once again, I would promote spirituality and spiritual modalities for the cure of these problems. Someone rooting for Zac Efron has written that he was admitted to having had surgery, but in order to reconstruct his jaw after a horrific accident. Pretty sure there's an interview where he talks about it. But everything on his face is absolutely intact. Even the mark that he has over here, it was there even in his previous picture. It's there even now. Nothing has changed other than the lips, other than the swelling. So I'm not really sure about it. There are people who have definitely replied to it just after a double jaw surgery. I am just after a double jaw surgery and definitely do not look like having the lip filler face or a face filler. I do have swelling, but it looks way different. There's no way Jack underwent a jaw surgery. It's just plastic surgery that was too much, and he obviously does not want to admit. I've seen the interview where he explains that, and it's poor acted even for an actor. So yeah, people kind of understand, and whenever you go through social media, it's very interesting how so many people come up with their reactions and responses. Someone has also mentioned that Stallone was actually born with facial paralysis, resulting from birth complications. He is also 76 years old. How is he supposed to look like this? So the Boggendorf brothers. So here is the craziest picture actually, after obviously Simon Cowell, who looks very weird after these lip fillers or face fillers or whatever it is. He used to look like a normal person. Now you look at his face, he really doesn't look normal. Boggendorf brothers, Igor and Grichka. The Boggendorf brothers were so beautiful. I bet they would have become old in a beautiful way, but they will never find out. Plenty of male politicians have had facelifts and eye surgeries too, another person commented. At least Simon has some restraint. Simon should come up with the plastic surgery version of the Chanel code before you go undertake one procedure off the list, or just dial them back about 40%. Okay, so there's one person who's written, most of this is not from surgery. They're unnatural results from filler abuse, over volumizing and distorting facial harmony and identity. Someone has written, Liam Payne going to just look like Sylvester Stallone in few years. So this is Liam Payne. He also looked nice, I think. Naturally and organically he looked nice, but now he looks, yes, you can figure out that he's got some procedure done. Oliver Rusting looks really weird. Oliver Rusting has written, please remember that Oliver Rusting had a fire accident that left him disfigured. And someone has replied, right, a fire accident that miraculously left zero scars, zero epidermal or dermal damage to the skin tissue, but surprisingly gave you lips that are 3 times the size they should be, and a face so full of filler, I'd be nervous taking a syringe near it, or fear it would pop. Have you seen what burn marks look like? It is time you call bull on some of these alleged accidents. At the rate things are going, you'd think celebrities are more prone to disfiguring their face through some mystery accident than the rest of us. They get back, work done, and blame it on something else. Think critically rather than blindly. I have zero issue with surgery, encourage it for those who want it, but at least be authentic and truthful about it. So this is the point that I also agree with, that whatever you get done, one should be genuine about it, authentic about it, and agree and accept that yes, I got it done. Because those type of lips, these are really unnatural lips to have. Justin Jedlicka's definitely, clearly, he's got work done and he looks very different than his previous face. I always try to read comments which are not mean. Neven Siganovic is clearly unrecognizable from what he was. His nose is different, his eyebrows are different, his eyes look different, his lips definitely look different. Everything about him is not the same. I'll read one very funny comment. It says, these look like characters from nightmares, like actually scary. And someone has written, land of confusion. To think that if they hadn't gotten all these things done to their face, they would be looking a million times better right now, especially the older folks. So Neven and the Boggendorf brothers, Justin Jedlicka, Oliver Rusting, they clearly look very different now. Simon Cowell, he still looks a bit like his old self, but not so much. Like there's something weird about him. Mickey Rourke was a really handsome person. I don't know what happened. I'm going to close this session now, and the takeaway point would be that God has made us all very beautiful and all very nice, but the problem is that we don't love ourselves enough just the way we are. If we love ourselves just the way we are, everything is going to be so much better around us and in our life. Aging seems to be natural, my dear friends, but for some people it is a slow process. For some people it is a faster process. For some people there are many other factors, like I have personally seen some of my cousins, they've got fine lines too early or crow lines too early, but if I look at their lifestyle, they've worked on the farm a lot and they look beautiful with those lines also, with the beautiful features they have. It really doesn't make any difference if you're a happy person. So happiness is an inner thing. And I've also seen, I personally do therapies which are called age reversal therapies. where we work with people on their programming about age related concepts when it comes to relationships or when it comes to just acceptance of yourself. And I've seen wonderful results because of that. And I myself, a lot of people keep telling me that I look very young because I do certain things, and I advise and recommend other people to also do those things. Also, when I read some of the Puranas as a child, I found out that in different yugas, in different cycles, people have different age and time spans to live through. It all changes with time, and it all also depends on how you eat, what food you eat, and how you live your life, and what thoughts do you have, how much stress do you take, and what type of messages you hear around you since childhood, and also what is your karmic baggage like, what are the karmas you carry from past or from your previous lives. Everything has a role to play here, but at the end, the main point is that we need to just love ourselves for who we are, and that's the best thing to do. So I will see you soon in another one. One love, peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.